Welcome back to Couple Plays.
Hello.
Yeah, that's what we're supposed to say. Hello.
Well, you can say whatever you want.
Well, too bad. Okay. Hello.
Bracers, all unwelcomed.
Hello, and welcome back to Couple Plays.
Almost bracers, all unwelcomed.
We are continuing right where we left off. I looked around a little bit because I realized I didn't save, which was silly of me. So, but we...
What NightRaven is trying to say, and I'm Matengu55 by the way, is that after the last episode where we did our intro and did a lot of text and did nothing else, she exited the game without saving.
Yeah. So, in any case, not right now.
I was offering.
He's offering the controller, not right this second. I'm okay with it right now. Let's see where this turns into first.
The Elise Highway.
Elise.
I think you like the music?
Oh, I love it.
It's good.
This is catchy. North Roland 49. Oh gosh, a distance system.
Yeah, it's. I think just feet or yards or I don't know. Steps maybe.
And then west, the Bright family house. Convenient. Okay. Where? Okay, I'm going to the guild. I'm assuming the guild is in Roland.
It is.
So I'm gonna go head north.
Not really much else you can do. I'm pretty sure if you try to head south, the game will stop you.
Oh, that's fair.
So now we're just going to continue on with the game and hopefully get some semblance of action. Unless NightRaven's too slow.
Yeah.
Looks like we made good time. It's not too early or too late either.
We just barely graduated from Sunday school. I never dreamed we'd have to study so hard to become bracers.
Well, you're in luck. Today is our last day of training. Truth be told, though, you're the one who signed up to be a bracer in the first place, so I don't know why you'd expect to get away with any less effort.
Oh yeah, I guess I did. Alright then. Let's get to it and make it through this last hazing from Shara. Oh boy.
You look ready to me. Let's go meet with Shara at the Bracer Guild over there then.
Okay.
Bracer
So
Guild
weapons,
is
items. That's the guild. Okay.
The Opal Factory.
Okay.
Do you remember how to pull up the map? I think it might be backspace.
Well, there's a...
Oh, you can also just click that also works. Not that one.
Oh, not that one?
No. Click on the big mini map. No, never mind.
I'm gonna talk to this guy for a second.
Are you reading him too?
I'm just on my way over to the Forest of Mistwald to the south of here for work. There's a merchant from Bose, who came here to buy lumber.
Bose?
I need to get enough ready for the order I received.
Alright, let's just go in the guild.
We're going in the guild so we can get something, yeah. Oh, Ina? Ina. That's definitely an Ina.
Yeah.
There you two are. Good morning, Estelle. Good morning, Joshua. Morning, Ina!
Good morning.
Is Shara here already? Yes, she's waiting for you upstairs. Once you finish today's training, you'll finally be recognized as members of the Bracer Guild. Good luck to the both of you.
Of the Guild Bracers.
Thanks!
We'll do our best.
Alright, just making sure there isn't anything else. I don't think there is, but...
You can look at... Yeah, you can't even look at that, so just go up the stairs. Otherwise, this game will take 5 years. That's only going to be like a 30-hour game.
Oh gosh, there's so many people for me to voice. Okay.
You're welcome.
Charizard. The Star and the Hanged Man. Oh, so she's like okay, tarot reader. Got it. The Hermit and the Magician. And last of all, inversion through the Wheel of Fortune. This is a difficult combination. How should I interpret this? Good morning, Shara! Well, if it isn't Estelle and Joshua, the person that taught me the word illegitimate. This is a rare occasion for the both of you to show up so early.
It was illegitimate.
Yeah. Since it's my last day of training, I figured, why not? I'm ready to get this show on the road and become a bracer myself. I'll give you credit for your enthusiasm. I have no idea.
This part.
I don't know, huh?
I like this part.
You don't have to do anything, but I don't know where this game is ultimately going. I feel like there hasn't been. There's been like a hint of like a problem, but not anything beyond that. But I'm going to work you hard today in every way I can think of to make sure that high-spirited attitude of yours holds up. All right. I hope you're ready. I can feel that enthusiasm dropping already. Quiet, you. Every time I teach you something, you somehow manage to forget it. This training is my way of trying to keep some of that information in your head instead of letting it dribble out of your ears like it usually does. Ah, Joshua! Shara's picking on me!
Don't worry, Shara. While Estelle may hate studying and rarely ever does her homework...
Wow, I don't feel any better.
Acts rashly, is over naive, has a tendency to stick her nose into everything. Her instincts are sharp, so I'm sure she'll pick up on how to use an orbit with some practice. Eventually. Or probably.
His confidence is not making me feel better. I guess there's not much I can do now except hope for the best.
Joshua's great.
Hold on a sec, Joshua. Somehow I get the feeling that you weren't standing up for me. It wasn't that obvious.
Well, that's odd. I'm positive it described all your best traits accurately.
Oh my gosh. Whatever. Josh, man. Josh, my boy, we need to have a word.
About subtlety?
Yeah. By the way, Shara, what were you trying to predict with your tarot cards? Your face was really intent.
Tarot cards.
Oh, this? I was just trying to get a vague reading about what might happen in the near future.
I know it's pronounced tarot, but tarot.
Unfortunately, I don't seem to have been in the right mindset to interpret the cards correctly. You couldn't read the cards?
Now, that's surprising to hear.
Actually, the more profound the meaning of the cards, the more difficult they become to interpret. But that's not important now. I think it's time we start your final training.
And you're literally like what, 10 minutes into actual gameplay? You think he's already going to be presented in the main fight?
I don't know. I just feel like there's no problem right now. It's like we're going to become bracers, but like what for? I don't even get it. I'll give you a brief rundown of all the information we've covered in all your previous training. This is the minimal level of knowledge that bracers should have in order to function effectively. And Estelle, make sure you pay especially close attention to what I'm going to say. Yeah. Tutorial.
Yes.
Alright. Orbments. Okay. They are mechanical devices which operate by using what is known as orbital energy. Great. Cool. That helps. A variety of effects can be produced depending on their structure and the type of quartz or process septium installed.
It's the magic system. It's actually pretty cool, but it's a little bit difficult to understand.
Although it's only been about 50 years since their invention. These devices play an integral role in all facets of life, from lights, heaters, and other everyday objects to weapons, magic, and even airships. In connection, this technological reform is commonly known as the Orbital Revolution. Oh no.
Bracers.
Bracers are investigative and combat specialists who work to protect civilians and maintain the stability of their respective regions. I figured it was some kind of like mercenary work, I just didn't know like what kind of mercenary. So it's investigative and combat, so I actually kind of like that. They aid the community in various ways, such as exterminating monsters, preventing crime, finding lost items. Wait, is our first mission going to be to find a lost cat? And escorting people in goods? Are you kidding me? I'm gonna cry if that's the case. The Bracer Guild, which has established branches across the continent, manages the affairs of the bracers in each region.
I'll leave the answer to your imagination.
If it is, I will actually cry tears. The kingdom of Liberl, in which we live...
Of Liberl?
Liberal.
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 You're saying liberal.
I'm not saying liberal, I'm saying liberal.
It's the same thing.
No, it's different. I swear it's different.
We're gonna talk about this name into this entire game.
Oh, that's fine.
So I like liberal better.
The kingdom of Lib. How about that? In which we live sits on the western half of the Zemurian continent and abounds with nature and deep-rooted traditions. Lib is proud to be one of the leading producers of septium on the continent and is known for its high level of technology used to develop orbments. Orbit technology has also been a key pillar of support for Lib in protecting its independence as it has contended with neighboring nations. 10 years ago, when Lib was invaded by the Erebonian Empire, it was the use of orbital-powered airships that saved the kingdom from defeat. Consequently, even now, our relationship with the Empire is somewhat sensitive, but thanks to the Queen's political finesse, Lib enjoys peace. Okay, I guess that's all we get. Let's see, since we've got a mountain of stuff to do today, I'll let you off the hook this time with a condensed review. I'm going to speed things up now and move on to the practical portion of your training. Shara? How is today's practical training any different from the training we've done before? Since it's practical, that means you will be experiencing things firsthand. Therefore, I'm going to have both of you run through everything as if this were a real bracer job. So what you're saying is, there won't be any studying at a desk involved? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. This time you'll have to go out and make a physical effort to accomplish your task. I'll make sure to have you work up a sweat, so I hope you're ready. Yes, that's seriously what the doctor ordered. I didn't know what I was going to do if I had to sit another day with my tush parked at a desk. Okay. I guess I got all worried for nothing.
Oh, my first line forever. Well, suddenly you're all bright and cheerful, Estelle.
Let's just hope that smile on your face lasts until the end of today's training. Okay, let's get cracking on your first objective, shall we? Let's have at it. Your first objective will be to confirm the details of the job you will be performing. But before that, there is something we need to give both of you. Aina, are they ready?
You want me to voice Aina?
Sure, go for it. I just feel like I'm talking a lot.
Yes, they are.
Alright, you two, go get one for each of yourselves.
Go talk to Aina. These are very important, so make sure not to lose them.
Bracer Notebook. Bracer notebooks serve as the official way to record the status of your current jobs. Also, anything you may hear or anything that you may find and where, these kinds of trivial things can often become clues. No matter how insignificant something may seem, always write it down.
Understood.
Crap, this sounds like this is going to be a pain. Oh? Please tell me it was my ears playing tricks on me, because I swear I only got one response. Oh!
She's a teacher.
Oh, she is. I'm sure there were two. Keeping an accurate account of events is an important duty for all bracers. So, get with the program and stop trying to make this out to be more than it really is, Estelle. Okay, I got it. Make sure you do. Alright then, let's begin. Look over by the door. You can see that there's a bulletin board standing there. First, I want you to go check the job description posted there. Cool.
When it's approached, the exclamation point will appear. Pressing the OK button will display the job list.
By selecting the job names on the list, you can view their details. Got it. Okay, so it's not... Well, we'll see. It's not a cat. We have to bring back the contents of a chest.
Yeah. It's also not technically your first... I mean, it's a training mission. It's not your real...
Details of the job confirmed on the bulletin board and other important events will be automatically recorded in the Bracer notebook. It can be easily found by clicking on the Books tab of the Items menu. It can also be accessed by configuring a Bracer book shortcut on the Configuration menu. I'm probably going to do that at some point.
To do what?
Set it up as a shortcut. Very good. It looks like you were able to see what was posted without any trouble. Oh, if we had trouble with that, I think I would have had questions. Yeah. Checking the bulletin board is one of the most basic functions a bracer performs on their job. Checking regularly to see whether or not there are any urgent tasks which need immediate attention is also an important duty for
always. Doesn't matter. Always check. After any little plot point, check that board.
I will keep that in mind. Man, all this talk about duty is starting to cramp my style.
Sure, there are a lot of rules to follow, but there's an equal level of responsibility in the jobs themselves. I was staring at it too, I just didn't recognize that it was my line. I think being a bracer calls for much more than someone with a half-hearted attitude.
I guess you're right. I'll just have to be more motivated. Oh, is that so? Yeah. Had a change of heart, have you? That's a typo.
It is.
You betcha. Well, before all that motivation sneaks off somewhere, let's get to work on your next task.
What will we be doing this time? I just skipped the whole word.
We'll be heading across the street to Mr. Melder's Orbital Factory and learning about how to use its services. He has graciously taken time out of his work schedule to explain things, so make sure to be on your best behavior. I don't know why I'm struggling today.
Have we mentioned we both can't read, apparently?
Oh, okay. Oh, wow, okay, we're already
at
here.
the Orbital Factory.
Here is where you will learn how to use an Orbital Factory's services. At an Orbital Factory, you can modify your orbments and synthesize support quartz in order to use Orbital arts. Arts have a wide range of effects, and if mastered, can be extremely helpful. The bracer business is pretty risky operation.
Is it the breaker business?
The bracer business is, I don't know what I said, pretty risky occupation, so the guild has had a long-standing relationship with these Orbital factories. Anyway, this is about as much as I can explain. I'll leave the technical details to the expert. So, Mr. Malders, if you wouldn't mind taking over from here.
So you're voicing, right? No problem. Leave everything to me. So, what is it that you would like to know about? Orbments are mechanical devices which exhibit an array of effects through the installation of various types of quartz. By definition, that means that lights, airship engines, and so on are also types of orbments. However, the ones we will be discussing today are battle orbments, which enhance the user's physical abilities and make it possible to use magic. I say it differently because it's in yellow.
It's in yellow. Mm-hmm.
Since each ornament is adjusted to match the owner's personal aptitude, the structures of these devices also differ for each owner. Simply put, the shape of the fixed elemental slots and lines which connect them vary. At any rate, that's the layman's explanation. In order to install quartz, you must first have an open slot. By default, the central slot is open, but other slots may be open in an orbital factory like this. It'll take a fair amount of sepith, though. EP, which is used for magic, will also see a max increase according to the number of open slots. Recommend opening them all as soon as possible. So, what is it that you'd like to know about? Oh, that was a mistake of a voice to choose from.
Yeah, just you can drop out of the voice if you want to.
At this point, I've committed. Simply put, orbital arts are magic, which can be discharged exclusively through the use of battle ordnance. In other words, a number of peculiar effects can be produced by using the orbital energy stored within these mechanical devices. Since orbital arts can be a mouthful, they're universally referred to as arts. Probably ought to have been called from the get-go. Okay, knowing the end of what I can do. There are several types of arts, but in order to be able to use them, their corresponding quartz must first be synthesized at an orbital factory. Orbments are also set up so that once a particular quartz is installed in the slot, the owner will be able to use those arts.
This does feel complicated.
It is. The type of arts one can use also changes depending on the elemental value and the combination of the installed quartz. Basically, if you want to use the water arts, then you have to install quartz with the water elemental value. In reality, orbments are much more complex than what I have described, but I think this information should suffice for now. It's not an explanation. I'm sorry, it's not.
Like, I'm
not gonna read that.
somewhat understand bits and pieces, but there's enough that I'm like, I think it's just gonna be faster for me to learn if I just do it.
And I can explain it once you see it. From what I've learned. Quartz are circuits made from sepith. Quartz have a vast number of effects that then raise the owner's abilities while simultaneously making it possible for them to use arts. However, you will not be able to harness any of these effects until a quartz has been installed in a slot. However, there are also fixed slots which only certain type of elemental quartz can be installed. As this being the case, you can synthesize a whole new quartz. Be sure to check your orbment and decide where This being the case, when you synthesize a new quartz, be sure to check your orbment and decide where you'll be installing the quartz and installing it ahead of time.
And then, last one. I just don't get what sepith is.
Sepith are fragments of septium which are dropped by monsters. It's just a currency. Divided into 7 types. You got earth, water, fire, wind, time, space, mirage.
Space and mirage?
I was going to read the colors too.
Oh, I read the colors, my bad.
Okay. There's what? Brown, water's blue, fire's red.
They're pretty straightforward
Wind is
from the looks of
green.
it. Mirage is silver. I want to say space is black.
Space is gold.
Oh,
Time
gold.
is black.
Got it.
Sepith can be exchanged for Mira almost anywhere. But at the Opal Factory, it can be used to synthesize quartz and to open orbment slots in which to install the synthesized quartz.
Okay, so have you sold or like Sepith?
Yeah, I have, but usually it's like after I did a bit of grinding and I had a little bit extra, but...
Yeah, I feel like most of the time I'm not going to be doing a ton.
No, Mira is not the most useful.
It looks like Mr. Melders has answered all your questions. If there's nothing else, then let's have you both try and use the services here. For that, you're going to need some Sepith. With that amount, you two should be able to synthesize a few quartz. Now, I want you to begin by first making an elemental quartz that will work with each of your particular orbments. In your case, Estelle, any elemental quartz is okay. But for you, Joshua, it has to be a time elemental quartz. That's oddly specific. Okay. Normally, at a shop, you would be able to exchange Sepith for Mira, but for this training, you will not be able to use this service. Upon approaching the counter, a talk mark will appear. Pressing the OK button will display a list of options. Select modify or trade to use this service.
Basically, Joshua's elemental affinity is the time. So...
I mean, again, oddly specific that it's time. That just... I guess it's also weird, because my brain also, because right now I'm on a Doctor Who binge, all I'm just picturing is, like, he's actually a Time Lord, he's from a different time stream, and he shouldn't be here. That's why he's so injured. But anyways, no comment.
No comment. If you need to use the Opal Factory, please give Freddy a holler over there.
Okay, fine. I gotta go all the way around the counter.
Yes.
And talk to Freddy. Okay, so I need to synthesize quartz.
Yep. You need a time one.
Time one for, yep.
Frankly, you could probably make one of each if you really wanted to.
I mean, is there any reason for me not to?
No, not really.
Yeah. I would rather have the options. And if this is a tutorial where I don't have to pay for it...
I mean, that's fair. Maybe...
I could do 2 of each.
No, you can't.
No, I'm out. I said that I'm out.
Maybe you could have used those to open up a slot. But...
Well, we're about to find out.
I'm not sure which ones. No.
Yes.
It's not going to be any less than that. So yeah, so you can see over on the right, it's the ones you have basically. So you can open either that first one or the 7th one.
I see. Okay.
And you see the different colors. Those are important. I didn't figure out until the second game how they worked.
The colors of the
highlights behind the openable all quartz.
Wait, how is that important?
You see like how it's like orangish and the bluish
at
the bottom?
Yeah.
It'll be easier to explain once you put in the quartz.
Well, I can't do it here, so I have to
so back out.
Back out. Then, do I put it in, or do I?
Sure.
Alright, looks like you were able to synthesize 1, or 5. Next, I want you to increase the arts you can use. Now install quartz into your orbments so that you can use both recovery and attack arts.
Can be installed on the orbment screen, yada yada yada. So open the main menu. Isn't this escape?
It is escape, my bad. Okay, oops.
Orbment.
Okay, so Estelle.
All quartz. So you see that, like there's those 3 brown, the 2 blue?
Yeah.
The black one's gonna affect both lines, but, if you look at the bottom, they have like the orbit color times 1.
Yeah.
So that's gonna add 1. Each one of those will add 1 of that element to that row.
No matter what. So like.
What?
No. Okay. No. What I'm asking is, so like, if for this one, I can't move my mouse because I'm gonna back out. So for this one, whatever gem I put in, do I also get a defense boost because it's brown?
No.
Okay, never mind.
I'm confused what you're talking about.
I don't understand. That's
that first one doesn't have a color, which means it affects both lines.
What do you mean by lines?
You see over there on the upper right, there's yet the orange line and the blue line.
Yeah.
So watch. Put in the water crystal in that top slot. Then both the orange and the blue have one water thing there.
Okay.
Basically, the more... in order to get different types of magic, of arts, you gotta increase those numbers. And have different combination of those numbers.
So she has to focus on the earth and water. No. I can't...
Those colors have nothing to do with... The colors behind the slots have nothing to do with the ornaments themselves. The course themselves.
So it just adds an additional one to... Like, let's say I put a red one in this next... Let's say I put a red one in this next one. Would that put a red here and then a brown here?
No. It would put a red one in the orange, yellowish one, and wouldn't do anything to the blue one.
Got it. Got it. Okay.
It's not explained. It's not well put. It's kind of complicated.
Oops.
Not my favorite. But, like, it's cool. It's a cool thing you can attempt to, like, once you figure it out, it's cool. In fact, why don't you go to your bracer journal real quick? Now you can put magic. You go to magic 1. It will tell you what requirements of what you need to get. So basically, in order to cast Firebolt, you need 1 red gem's worth.
Got it.
3 gems worth in 1 row to do Flare Arrow. 6 to do Napalm Breath.
Got it. I think I follow. Okay.
So...
Well, okay, so if she has the different colored ones, that means she can never do this.
No. Certain chords will give you more than just 1.
Okay. So I'm not going to get into that right now.
Yeah.
We've been going for a long time. I'm going to just move faster at this point.
Okay, that's fine.
So you're giving me a lot of information, but I'm not doing anything at the moment.
That's fair. It's
right.
confusing.
Alright, it looks like you've got both recovery and attack arts set up. If you balance your arts out between each other like you've done here, it should make dealing with monsters much easier. Additionally, your bracer notebooks contain information about which chords allow you to use which arts. So she literally just explained that. Okay.
If you want to cut out some of my attempted explanation, you can.
We'll see. If you'd like to use more powerful arts, check out the arts and chords chants in your... Okay, yeah. Our training here is almost finished. Last of all, I'm going to have one of you open a new slot in your ornaments. Which is consumed by using arts. I'm kind of done with doing the voice because this has been going on for a long time.
That's fair.
And it's just been a lot of talking in this one screen. Can have its max value increased by opening up slots. It would be a good idea to open them up early on. Now I want you to use a sepith and open a slot on each of your ornaments. Go ahead and decide which slots you're going to open. I want to leave this shop. I don't want to be here. Alright. Okay.
So, first, do you want to open Estelle or Joshua?
Well, it said I can do both. Or she said I could do both. I thought. Oh, but I guess from the looks of it, I can only
You only
do
have
one.
really enough for 1.
I'll do Josh.
Shua, not Josh. Joshua.
I'm
Not being
just gonna call
difficult,
him
you
Josh.
know. Okay.
We work on opening up a slot, Joshua. Since your central slot is limited to a certain elemental, it would be best to increase your ornament's number of open slots early on. That was my thought process.
That's fair.
It's like he's kind of limited, so this concludes your training here at the Orbital Factory. Now it's time to move on what you've both been waiting for, the qualification test, which... Pardon?
We'll have to do...
Did you just say test? Hold on, we're gonna finish this text.
Okay.
You can honestly test me.
You can honestly tell me that you forgot about the tests. You can't honestly tell me that you forgot about the test again, can you?
We're done. We're done.
Didn't I remind you this morning?
We're done. Now that you mention it, I vaguely remember some sort of talk about along those lines at the breakfast table. Sometimes I feel the future of the Bracer Guild and humanity. Charizard. Me too. Oh well, no sense of worrying about that now. Let's head over to the testing arena. You mean like now? I don't know if I'm ready for a little less yapping and a little more walking.
You know, I'm okay with this.
Oh wow, she just got dragged. Joshua, help me!
Mr. Felders, Freddy, thank you for all your help.
It's Mr. Melders.
What did I say?
Mr. Felders.
Mr. Felders, don't mention it and good luck with that test of yours. We'll be waiting for you.
I'm going to remember that you left me high and dry like this, Joshua! I want to be done. I want to save.
All your trainings probably come down to this. I know I took your lines, but I don't think you care.
Your qualification test will begin here. I expect to see you both use what you've learned up to this point.
Understood. What's wrong, Estelle?
Shara? What now? I was kind of wondering, but is there not going to be a paper test or something? Did Cassius drop you on your head as a child or something? You just read what it said on the bulletin board not that long ago, right? Yeah, and? And I even made you jot down what you read in your bracer notebooks, unless you forgot that too. Pretty sure the job listing mentioned searching for and retrieving an item from the sewers. Ringing any bells yet? What a relief. Oh, divine...
Adios.
Adios?
Adios.
Adios? Adios. Adios, yeah, that's... I give thanks to thee for thy infinite grace in bestowing upon us such wonderful gifts as sewers.
So what you're really saying is that you thought it was a paper test? No wonder you were acting all crazy back at the Orbital Factory.
I can already feel the nostalgia. All those horrible days stuck in a classroom are starting to feel like grand memories indeed.
I'm really starting to wonder if we'll be able to graduate at all.
What's wrong with you? Why do you have to go and say something like that when I'm trying to reminisce about positive things? Alright, that's enough jabbering, you two. This is supposed to be a test, so how about the both of you try to at least look a little anxious? Just so you know, though, if you do happen to flunk the test, you don't even want to imagine the kind of homework I have in store for the both of you. We'll be fine. Just tell us what you want us to do and let us loose. Well, if you're so confident, then how about proving that you're not just blowing hot air with the results of your test? Anyway, as you both saw on the bulletin board, this test will be a search conducted in Roland's sewers. Your objective is to retrieve the contents of a chest which has been placed somewhere within that area. The layout of the sewers is extremely simple, so you don't need to worry about getting lost either. However, there are real, living, breathing monsters down there, so if you get careless and let down your guard, you will be sorry. Also, let me give you this before I forget. Dear Ball.
Yeah, to your bottom, we got Monster Guide.
What's this book for? It's called a monster guide, and it's used to record information about monsters and other opponents you meet. Whenever you figure out an enemy's attributes, you should make an immediate note of it in there.
Sounds pretty straightforward to me. He who controls the flow of information controls the tide of the battle, right?
Oh my god, he reminds me of Mortius so much.
Okay, keep going.
I was gonna mention that last time and I didn't. I'll explain who he is at a later point.
Nobody knows who Grace is.
No, I'll explain who that is at a later point. That's exactly what I'm saying. You've got a really good head on your shoulders, Joshua. That's some pretty useful advice. Thanks for the tip, Shara.
Put to good use.
Alrighty then, let's get pumped and knock out this test.
Let's. Don't forget though, this is an exam. We should make sure to treat it as such. Save!
Okay, we're finally done. Okay, that was super long. I am exhausted and don't want to continue right now, so with that,
2 or 12, thankfully.
We are done for today, so...
We are sorry, I'm sure we're going to cut out some
I don't know how much of that I'm going to be able to cut out.
Just cut out my full explanation for you.
We'll see. In any case,
thank you all for watching. Next time we promise there'll be some action.
And I'm sorry that I was getting more manic as the time went on.
Bye.
Bye.